Welcome to the Random Green Podcast. On this podcast, I'll be discussing what kind of week I had, and past couple days has been an amazing last couple days. Thursday night, I went to the grocery store and got myself some groceries, took them back to my place and dropped them off, and boy, it was really one of those things where I stocked up on some groceries and put them in the storage or in the refrigerator and the shelves. It was amazing. It truly is. This is going to be an exciting podcast. If you need perhaps you need help falling asleep, maybe you'll listen to this. Who knows? One thing about being random and having a podcast is the fact that I can speak about different things and be casual about it. But I was listening to this one podcast from 2009, and then I was thinking to myself, when did they start doing podcasts? And I think it was around like 2002, 2003, 2004 time frame, early 2000 aughts, or if you're in the UK, the noughties or the knots, the aughts or the knots. I don't know how they pronounce it. Anyway, but I was thinking to myself, when did they really start doing podcasts? Because I know when they started doing podcasts for YouTube or on YouTube, it's only been a little while, you see. And, they were just doing some interesting things. They were just talking, doing stuff. And there was, I don't know if they even do podcasts anymore. They're called the Green Lantern, and maybe they still do podcasts. But anyway, it was an interesting podcast. But, none are as good as my podcast, of course. No, I'm just kidding. No, my podcasts are nothing compared to others. But you know what? We all have a start. And some of us, it takes a while for our podcast to grow. And our YouTube channel, it takes a while to grow. And if anything, it proves that, I'm a prophet. Well, not a prophet, but where my @ is too random for you. And, I was thinking about it, it's not that bad. I really don't mind if the success is not there. Whenever I say I have 100 billion subscribers, I hope you guys know that I'm just joking. But, these podcasts are fun. The podcasts are fun. The videos are fun. The live streams are fun. I still have to upload a short. Just maybe, uploading a short would be a good thing. But getting back to the main theme of this topic, well, the randomness doesn't really need a main theme, do I? No, of course not. But I will stick to that because, it's about you guys and pleasing you guys. Because, like I say, there's going to be millions of listens on this podcast. Millions of individuals will listen to this podcast. I can almost guarantee it. Normally, I'm not good at predictions, but I think in this prediction, I will be. I think for the purposes of this podcast, there will be millions of listens. No, probably not. But like I say, it's been a couple interesting days. Oh, and did I mention that I went Friday over to my friend's place? Well, first, what's funny is because we were gonna go to go out to eat with his friends, or his brother and his wife, and that didn't happen. Then we were just going to go out to eat. Then we weren't going to go out to eat because there's a basketball tournament going on in our hometown. And boy, one thing led to another. And we just didn't, of course we didn't go. I just went over there to hang out and watch TV and watch a couple movies. I think we watched a movie. What movie was it? I'm not really sure, but it was a fun movie. It was okay. What was that movie called? The movie might have been from 2009. Wouldn't that have been an amazing coincidence how I was mentioning about listening to a podcast from 2009, and then that was earlier today, and how I watched the movie the day before. Wouldn't that have been amazing? That would have been truly one of a kind, amazing events that would have occurred. You know, listening to a podcast from 2009 and watching a movie from 2009, and incredible. 2009, that was, you think about it, 1999, that was a long time ago. I'm not talking about, okay, 2009 was 15 years ago, and 1999 was 25 years ago. Can you believe it? We're in 2024. Sometimes we take for granted where we are in the frame of time. It's amazing. 2024, it's crazy. March 9th of 2024 as I'm doing this podcast. And obviously you know that, but I just wanted to say that because sometimes we know it's what year it is. Of course we know what year it is, but we don't really analyze it. See, do we analyze the year 2024? Do we look at the complexities and the intensities of the process of the situation? Do we look at 2024 and go, okay, the year is 2024, and we break it down? Do we break it down to understand that the year 2024 we're in wasn't the world supposed to end January or the end in 1999? Everybody thought the world would end in 1999. I'm getting a little on another tangent, but you know what? That's what, did you know my channel is called Random Green TV? Yes, where I'm able to do podcast, live streams, and upload shorts perhaps. I haven't uploaded shorts like I mentioned, and I really want to focus on that. And you guys want me to. I truly want to really deliver for you guys because, it's about variety on this channel, and I really want to focus on that, and I really want to focus on that. Did I mention I really want to focus on that? Will I get to it anytime soon? Well, probably not. Will I ever get to it? Maybe, maybe not. But I really want to get on it. Will I? I don't know. I don't really want to. Well, I do want to, but I don't want to. I guess, it's just like this. I'm doing a podcast here, and like I say, it's an amazing podcast. It's one of the best. It is the best. It's by far the best. There's no other podcasts that come close to this stellar, amazing podcast. Even if I was the only one doing, well, I guess this podcast is, I guess this podcast is not that great. Actually, it sucks. Actually, I don't know what to say about it is. I just, it's like this. I really like to, well, it's one of those things where, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm, when you're listening to this podcast, you hear me repeating myself sometimes, but you know what? It's better than, it's better than a lot of things, Just think, you're able to get on YouTube and listen to a podcast. Where was that 5 years ago? Where was that? It wasn't even available 3 years ago, maybe 2 years ago. I think it started last year. The podcast section where you could where there was a podcast section for YouTube. Yeah, I know, truly amazing. You probably are blown away with awe and wonder. You're probably mesmerized. I get it. But we have to really, you don't always have to you don't always have to, go to the Random Green channel and watch my live streams or listen to this podcast or watch my potential shorts shorts and not shorts, like shorts that you upload for YouTube, that kind of shorts. You can give other channels a chance. In fact, why don't you? Just give other channels a chance to, and they probably have podcasts too, but, obviously you listen, you probably have me on notifications, obviously. Well, you probably don't, but, I'm just probably giving you incoherent ramblings. But, hey, that's not as bad as, a lot of things. I mean, if you think about it and really analyze the situation, this is not as bad as what, a lot of things are in the world. By listening to this podcast, you probably gain knowledge, insight, wisdom. A lot of things have, if you've gotten better, probably just by listening to this podcast, you probably have improved your way of life and way of knowledge and way of examining things and way of just getting better at things and stuff. All right. Thank you very much for listening to this amazing podcast. You all have a great day and night or wherever you're at. Thank you.